loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting into my Twilly collection. Now I know Twilly is like an Hermes term, but I just mean like any scarf like this, like a thin skinny scarf. So I have a few videos on my channel about how to tie your Twillys. I've had a few of you ask me to do my entire Twilly collection. So I have just a few bigger ones. I don't have a lot of bigger ones, so I figured I'd just kind of add those on at the end. By the way, if you're new here, hi, my name is Morgan. I make videos about luxury handbags, fashion, and lifestyle. So if that's your thing, please subscribe and turn on notifications. I upload twice a week and I would love to have you here. We have to start with the Twilly that started it all. This is a Coach Twilly. On one side you have the multicolor, and on the other side it's just this kind of pinkish purpley color. It does have some marks on it. This is very old. I got this in either middle school or high school. This is like at minimum like 15 years old, so I've had this for a long time. Held up pretty well. This is it close up. This is the other side. Coach branding at the end. This one is one of the shorter Twillys in my collection. I do prefer a longer Twilly for like how to tie it. This I would have mostly like in my hair around a ponytail, but Coach is a much better price point for Twillys than like Hermes or Louis Vuitton. These two we have, I'll do together. These are my two Hermes Twillys. I haven't even really used this one yet. I bought them together because they have the same design but in different colors. I love that about Hermes. They definitely have like a variety of color selection whenever they do a design, and I love when they have animals on there. So if I ever go for an Hermes Twilly, it's most likely gonna have an animal on it. I really prefer the ones that have more like multicolor like this, but I thought since this also had the yellow, they would be kind of like a fun pair, like if I was gonna put them on two handles. Decorations on the horse, I feel like it looks like a carousel. There, I typically remove these tags, but some of them I just haven't yet, and I need to like go through my collection and like remove all the tags better. So what I do is I just take a little small manicure scissor and you cut on the tag side. I keep the little tags in a box, so in case I ever do want to resell, the tag is there. I don't think I would go through the trouble of reattaching it, but if someone wanted the tag, fine. But mostly I buy my Twillys like for use and like to keep, so I don't mind removing the tags. And this is the other one. Same as the more orange one, but here are the two sides. The next brand I have is Fendi. I only have one Twilly. I wanted something from this collection. They collaborated with an artist. It has the nice bright yellow at the end, and on the opposite side it's just this like wave pattern all the way down. I do think when the side is like this, it's a little bit of a cheat, honestly, but I guess if you want something more plain, it's nice to have. But I kind of prefer when both sides have a really nice design, especially when you're paying like designer Twilly prices. The thing I love about Fendi, I had never shopped their Twillys before, is that they're really, really long. So if you have a good size handle on your bag, this can work for it. I have a pair of Twillys that were actually sent to me in a PR package, and I just thought I would mention these because they're at a more affordable price point. I have the option of this personalization where you can put your initials on the end, which I think is really cute. If you're looking for a really nice gift for a luxury lover, but you don't want to spend, you know, Louis Vuitton prices on one of these scarves, I think that this is a really nice option where you can give a touch of personalization as well. The company is called Luxe du Jour, and they're based in Canada, and they also have like bag cleaning products too, which I've been testing out. Once I'm finished testing everything out, I will have a video coming like reviewing these products and stuff along with other brands for how to clean your designer bag. So in the next few months, keep a lookout for that. Here are the colors of the Twillys. It's kind of a more abstract print, so when you wrap this, it looks really nice. Next Twilly in my collection is my Gucci Kin Scott Twilly. I have not taken the tag off. This one I got to go with my Gucci Horsebit bag from the collection, and I just went for one because I thought two would be too much on the bag because the bag is printed as well. It has Kin Scott on the end, and it also has Gucci on the other end, so it's just a nice classic floral Gucci pattern. And I really like that it has like the multicolors in it, but it also has this like pop of purple at the end. It really complements a lot of my pink bags really well. And I will say is one of the shorter Twillys in my collection, so this works for smaller top handles better than it does for like larger top handles. And now we'll get into my pile of Louis Louis Vuitton Twillies. You go into the store, these are actually called bandeau scarves. You can see this is my favorite brand, and I'll kind of get into that as I show you the Twillies. What I love about Louis Vuitton is they have two widths as well. So this is more of your classic Twilly width, and this is a slightly wider one. You have a lot of versatility in the brand in terms of what your preference is. The ends look different as well. Skinny one, it has a classic pointed end, and for the wider one, it has like a squared off. I love both in my collection, and both make really nice bows, and they're such a great length. You can do bows with these, you can do ties with these. Louis Vuitton I find the most versatile as well, because they always make sure that each side of the scarf has a really amazing print. I've never seen one that's like completely solid on one side, so you really get that versatility. And if you only wanted to buy one, you could buy one where the front and the back are quite different, so you get really different looks depending on what side you wrap it on your bag. Just realized they also have a skinny version that has a squared off end as well. This one is a really nice option if you like that square version, but you want this like type of skinny style, because this looks a little more like dainty when it's like hanging down on the bag. We'll start with this one since it's my only one that's like skinny with the squared off end. There's a lot of their famous bags and trunks on them on one side. I think this is super beautiful. It shows a little bit of the history of the brand. And on the other side, you get this just gorgeous floral pattern. Just tiny LV logos you can hardly see. So if you don't like to mix your brands or show that you're mixing your brands like between your Twilly and your bag, this type of print is a really good option because no one can tell this is Louis Vuitton from far away. It's more so when you flip it to this side. And I have 3 of the skinny type with the pointed ends. I genuinely thought I had more of this style because this is actually my favorite style, but I have more of the wider ones, and I think that's because when they do holiday collections or like for Chinese New Year, I usually do them in the wider version. This one is inspired by like having Louis Vuitton in your closet. You have the drawers here with the scarves, and you have like the bags on the shelves, and on the other side you just have more bags on the shelves. I love the ending of this, like the 2 different pinks with this like beautiful blue floral. And on the other side you have the classic LV print, which I think is great if you want a touch of Louis Vuitton but you're like me and you don't really like a lot of the brown. I love that on the scarves you can really get a lot of different colors with this like classic monogram print. If you do have like a brown monogram bag, this is a great way to like match the monogram but add color to your bag. Next 2 I got together, and I have a story with this one. I actually bought this one and it fell out of my hair, and I was really upset because this and the next one I'm going to show you are probably my favorite 2 Twillies out of my entire collection. It just so happened that they had it online after I lost it. My partner Ronnie bought it for me again because he knew I was really upset. It's literally one of my favorite Twillies they've ever made, and I know like this will be in my collection forever. It's hard to show you all the way, but it starts with pink, and then you move over into the middle, and it has this like little crisscross thing here, and it goes into this white with blue monogram. And then if you flip it over to the other side, it's like a lighter pink, and it has this crisscross again, and then it goes into like a blue monogram with like the white logo. So you can wrap this in so many different ways. It's literally like having 4 scarves in one. You can wrap it as such where like the blue is showing like this, you just have to do a little flip in it, or you can wrap it where it's all pink, wrap it where it's like this white in this pink, or you can wrap it where it's the blue in the pink. It's really just on how you flip the Twilly and like twist it during the wrap. You can get so many looks out of this. This is probably the best value of a Twilly I've ever bought. It really works on the majority of the bags in my wardrobe, and if I had to keep just one Twilly, I would probably keep this, even though the next one is my actual like absolute favorite. I don't know why, but this gives me total Sailor Moon vibes. I love the mix of colors. I love the little heart detail. When this hangs down off of a bag, like imagine the knot is here. This looks so cute. Like it just adds like a charm element to a bag. I know it's quite girly, so maybe this is not for everyone. And it has this like beautiful twist all the way down with these patterns and colors, and every single color is something I just love. On the other side, you have this like white monogram print, but then you have the hearts in there as well. This was also released around Valentine's Day. So get some versatility in this. It does look good if you flip it and you wrap it like this as well. Now we'll get into the wider version. One is just a black and white monogram. I was looking for something to go on my black cocoa handle, and I'll be honest, I generally hate the color combinations that Chanel does on their Twillies. And like one or two I've liked and I've never been able to find them in store. I feel like Louis Vuitton does a good job of mixing their monogram and also patterns, not just like saying like Louis Vuitton down the scarf. Like, you know what I mean? It just gives like a pattern to it, even though it is very logo heavy. So when I wrap this on my Coco handle, the handle part itself, it kind of hides a lot of the logos because of the way you wrap it. The next one I have is very like blue heavy. It did match really well with my Empreinte Pochette Matisse, but I love the mix of the trunks and that heritage from the brand and all of these like beautiful animals that are on here. And on the other side you have even more animals, and it's more of like a jungle theme. Like, I love the elephant. There's just so many gorgeous animals. There's like such a cute little turtle here, the tiger. This is one of the most like realistic, like beautiful, like works of art kind of Twillies that I have. I think the way they've done the animals on here looks so realistic. This looks very good with like a white summer dress in my hair or tied around my waist as a belt. The next Twilly I have was actually done for one of the Chinese New Year's, but this one on one side has like the different zodiac animals. So even though it was done for, I think it was done for the year of the pig, but even though it was done for the year of the pig, it has all the other like animals of the Chinese zodiac. So you can get away with wearing this like any Chinese New Year. I really loved the illustrations of the animals. That I just love this as like an artwork itself. And on the other side, this was a really practical choice for a Twilly for me because it's just a pink Louis Vuitton monogram. And you guys know I love pink. To add this onto like the couple of like brown bags that I have, this is a really great way to add that pop of color. Next Twilly is my favorite like wider one, and it's from the Escale collection. My Neverfull is in this same collection. I bought it specifically because I knew like if I didn't get this Twilly I would regret it. I really love this, like not to tie on my Neverfull, wear as an accessory when I'm wearing my Neverfull. It's gone up in price in the past year, but I still think they're still worth it at the price that they are because of the versatility of the item, and they make great gifts as well. The last like Twilly style scarf, I'm going to show you the big ones next, is my newest one, and it's my Louis Vuitton Christmas animation. This is the London inspired one, and I bought this because it had the corgi, and I had a corgi growing up, and I'm not necessarily thrilled with the quality of the animation, but I love the corgi so much I had to get it. Sorry if the angle changed a little bit. My battery said it was like full when I put it in my camera to start filming, but I guess it wasn't. I have a few of my larger scarves. I don't have a huge collection of larger scarves. I'm just going to show you like the silky ones. First one I have is this like long rectangular Kate SPade. This one has the Miami print. I bought this because I lived in Miami before Dubai, and I love that it has like these like art deco buildings that are on Ocean Drive. I think it's also a really good shape for like a sarong beach cover up, which is how I use this mostly. Kate SPade actually makes some really great alternatives if you're looking for like a quality scarf but you don't want to spend like Louis Vuitton or Hermes money. So I will link some of my favorites that they have available right now in the description below. Really nice mix of colors. You can't really see the design, but like the color mix is quite pretty, I think. Next scarf on my list is from the brand Camilla. She's my favorite Australian designer. I love her caftans, I love her swimsuits. Her prints are just, no one does prints better than Camilla, honestly. So I got this one, actually, I have the black one-piece swimsuit in the same print, but like instead of where the white is, it's got black. And I thought this would be a nice contrast as like a beach sarong. She's known for these embellishments on her silk, so the entire border is trimmed with these like little crystals. So I don't normally use it as like a scarf, like I wouldn't really put it around like this, even though it does have like a nice mix of colors. This one is more of a summertime scarf for me. Now I have my one Hermes scarf. This is the largest size, I believe. I prefer when I go for a silk scarf to go for the very large sizes. I do have one in like the 90 by 90, which is like a regular kind of silk square, but I really prefer these like 140 or 150 size because you can make them into tops, you can tie them as sarongs, like you get so much more versatility out of a large size. And I got this one duty free in the Paris airport, so the price wasn't too bad. It's literally like from here to here. Like I can't even fit this on camera. There's like no way. but it has like a cheetah and a monkey in the middle. I'm not so keen on like the design itself. It was more of the colors I was going for because I actually have some pink coats that I wear in the winter, so I wanted something that when I mixed it in the winter and like tucked it into a coat like I would have like my coat like this, it has this nice like little like poof to it and mix of colors. So the middle of the design really wasn't as much of a concern to me. Next I have my one and only like tiny square scarf. Well, it's not tiny, but like I call it tiny because it's really hard to know how to use this. You can't really use it as a sarong. This one I bought because it reminded me of Lauderay and I loved the colors, and I wish this was in the bigger size, but it was so beautiful I couldn't pass it up. I went into Louis Vuitton looking for a larger scarf in these types of colors, and my essay was showing me pictures of like what she had in the storeroom, and I saw this and I was like, that is so beautiful. So she brought it out and I was like, oh my god, I need this scarf. Like, you have the trunks in the shape of like the Eiffel Tower here. Like, honestly, it's just so beautiful. You have all of these classic Paris elements, and each corner is like slightly different. It says like either Louis Vuitton or it says Paris, and the colors are just mixed so perfectly. I love that it takes the heritage of the brand, and then in the middle you have this like beautiful logo. This is the one scarf I really struggle with styling. This is something I need to play around with more, and definitely once I'm more comfortable with the scarf, I'll make a video on like how to style it. The last scarf I have in my like silky scarf collection is my favorite scarf. It has my best memory with it too. I bought this on my first trip to Paris. This was my first trip where I got my passport for the first time. I traveled alone for 4 weeks to Europe, 2 weeks to Australia, because I finished university a semester early. And I was like, you know, when in Paris, I want to get one like really special item. And at that time, a Louis Vuitton bag was a little like out of the budget. I was like, you know, I just want to go and like see what I find. And this stunning scarf. Now, if you guys don't know, I collect art and I prefer to collect from like street artists. Fendi icould, which is one of my favorite artists, collaborated with Louis Vuitton on this scarf. One of the most iconic Louis Vuitton scarves. I love how the writing looks like kind of like graffiti writing as well. And the mix of colors, like every flower on the corner is a bit different. So whatever you're wearing, you can kind of pair it. And these are the perfect like fall winter brights. So this scarf works so well, and it's so long you can do like a proper wrap with it. I've had the scarf since 2013 and I have worn it to death. Like, here are some of the, I think on the face part you can see it. On the colorful part you can see the marks as well, and like when it's draped you don't really see them. There are marks there, but this is probably the luxury item I've gotten the most use out of ever, if I really had to like sit down and think about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please do check out my how to tie Twillys videos. That really gives you a lot of inspiration, and I think Twillys are a great way to dip your toes into designer. I have as many links as I can find in the description below. Like I said, a lot of these are discontinued, so it's going to be really hard to link in this video. Another unfortunate thing is most Twillys go above retail on the pre-loved market, which I think is like crazy. I think it's because they're one of the more affordable designer items and they are done in limited editions. But I will try to do my best to find the best prices possible for the ones linked below. I do always mention if my links of pre-loved items are above retail price. I always put that in the bracket so you know that you're, you know, having to pay above retail. But unfortunately with discontinued items, that's kind of the case a lot of the time. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to see how I style my bags and wrap my Twillys on them, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!